Well, you were on tour around this time, and one of the groups you toured with a lot was Milli Vanilli.
Yes, sir.
Now, Milli Vanilli, you fast forward to 2024, you find out never sang anything. It was all lip sync. And, and I interviewed Fab Morvan, from Milli Vanilli. He broke down the whole story.
Yeah.
But you're actually performing with these guys. You're getting on stage. You're rapping into the microphone. Then it's their turn to go on, and they're just lip syncing to the actual track that someone else is singing on. Was that a little weird?
For me, and I've been asked that before, but I knew Rob and Fab as men, and I knew Rob and Fab as artists. So,
were they really artists though?
I mean, if
you're lip syncing, you're dancing.
All right.
If dancing is art, I'll give you that.
Two things. Number one, they're artists because they're performing in front of that many people. Number two, they weren't the only ones with hit records lip syncing. They were the ones that got caught for it.
Who else?
I'm not gonna tell you who else. Go back and look, dude. I'm not gonna tell you.
I know. For example, okay, CNC Music Factory. I think Martha Washington was the real singer.
Yeah, Martha Washington did the original vocals. So,
and then you saw the pretty girl with the big boobs in the music video, but she's not actually doing any of the vocals.
But having said that,
they got caught, and then it became a big thing, right? It was a lawsuit.
I've toured with Freedom literally for 30 plus years.
Right.
He does not bring a singer out on the road that can't sing those notes. So he's not going to have...
Well, he was actually rapping.
Right. He not only that Freedom was actually rapping, but the singer that he has can hit those notes. Now the woman in the video, I can't tell, whatever.
She's not the singer.
But
it is what it is.
She wasn't the singer.
She looked good, though.
Right.
She wasn't the singer.
Right. So the point being that there was a lot. When you had the pop acts with all the dancing and the face microphones and whatever, all those notes, there had to be backing tracks. Physically, it was not capable.
A backing track is one thing. Okay, I get it. Madonna, when she performed, she even talked about how you can't run it up and down stage and do somersaults and hit the song perfectly.
So Vlad,
I get
here's the thing. If you have a backing track and you have a live mic, when does it become lip syncing? Their mics were always on.
Right. When you did not record any of the original vocals yourself any capacity.
That's fair.
Do you know other artists that did that? That someone else did all the vocals and they just...
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Having said that, though, it wasn't their choice to do. They were hired to be, to do that.
It was ultimately their choice. They could have walked away from it, but it was obviously very alluring for a couple of broke kids out of Europe to suddenly be thrust in that environment. I think most people would have done what they were offered to do. I'm not taking away from them, but they could have said, "Now we're good." They weren't forced to do it.
Yeah, no.
I know the story. I've interviewed Rob. Fab, Rob passed away. Fab,
absolutely. Absolutely. I just look at it like, for an artist that wants to get put on, it's an impossible situation. It's just an impossible situation.
Okay,
you get put into it, and it's like, when I say the amount of success that they had, and us doing 6 days a week, I did 6 days a week from in April of 90, I did 6 days a week with them. May of 90, I did 5 days a week with them. I think we took Tuesdays off in April. I've never done even close to 5 days a week in 35 years since then, dude. You know what I mean? Like, to see that level, you're talking about an act, well, on their first album, headlining arenas, getting $50K a night plus overages, and there's overages every night. Somebody's in the back, shap, 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 shap. Every night.
Nah, I get it. Listen, they were the biggest thing ever during that time. They won Best New Artist Grammy. I believe Song of the Year Grammy. They won like 3 Grammys.
Right. So stop right there. In this era where you talk about how much someone has to look good, be an online influencer, all these things that are away from the music, their ability to pull off how much they pulled off during that time was ahead of its time. That's the point that I make. I saw that in terms of, especially, Fab is a great guy. You know what I mean? And just sitting and talking to him.
Fab is dope. Yeah, I like him. Yeah.
But point being is that seeing what he went through, seeing, how he, was able to navigate that. I'm thinking of what I would do if I was put in that situation. It's like, man, if you're asking me to rap, to sing in a French accent or sing in a German accent, or sing in a language that's not mine, I'll take the check. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it. So I'd have to defend him on that. Being on that tour, bought my first house, changed my life. got me in terms of a touring artist, gave me a really good backbone in terms of how I approach the road. So I will always defend my time with Milli Vanilli.
Well, yeah, they sold 30 million records,
Right.
30 million singles worldwide. They were an absolute beast. When you found out that they had to give their Grammys back, this is the first time in Grammy history, and only time
Right.
in Grammy history, that an artist gets awarded Grammys and then has to publicly give them back and do a press conference talking about why they gave it back. And, listen, they went through a very dark period after
Sure,
that.
absolutely.
Fab said that he would hide, he wouldn't go outside. Rob got into drugs and which ultimately killed him. But when you found out, as someone who won a Grammy legitimately himself, seeing these guys that you knew have to give back their Grammy, what'd you feel?
I mean, it hurt for them. It hurt for them. I mean, I couldn't stand up and say, the Grammy committee wasn't justified. They were put in a situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because now that it comes out that these aren't the actual artists that did the recordings
At all.
but they didn't turn around and give that Grammy to the background singers. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's actually a good point. They should have just given it to the actual
They
artist.
should have given it to the actual artist.
Wow, I never thought about that.
If it really meant so much to take their Grammy away, give it to the rightful owner. 30 million records and there's no rightful owner? Okay, that shows how legitimate it is.
Well, right, because I don't think the runner-up got the Grammy that year either.
No. Not the runner-up.
Yeah,
The
but I'm saying, like, when they
Right.
took him away, they didn't somehow fix it. They could give it to the next person that would have gotten the second round of votes, but they didn't do it.
What they could have done is given it to the people that actually recorded the songs.
That's actually an excellent point.
Because the point being, if you're going to give it to the next person, the 30 million singles go away?
Oh, yeah.
Arista
had no problems cashing those checks.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So how legit? People are going to talk about legitimacy and high horse and all that other stuff. It's like, come on. At that point, it's like, okay, the rightful owner's screaming for it. And I never heard the number two screaming like, I got to get my Grammy, because they knew. They knew the juggernaut they were up against.